Hello to everyone again. I'm going to make this quick video based on the update of the pineal gland. All right, I said I was going to do this like every month. Um, this is not the worship of the sun itself. Um, some people think you're an idiot because you deal with staring into the sun, which is fine. You know, a lot of people do things which that could look eccentric. It's considered, you know, idiosyncrasies. So you just can't call someone out of their name if you don't know exactly the whole story. So, but basically, on the so-called pineal gland itself is, you know, it's not something that you're supposed to worship. The sun is something that you're supposed to thank the Most High for. All right, He put it there for us to heal the body, and I kind of tell people over and over and over and over and over, it works. It works. It works. It works. Um, so I don't understand why, I guess you can tell people something and they hear it, they be like, oh yeah, well, yeah, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but you're really not paying any attention. Um, and I have to just put it out there. If you just can take a few moments at a time, just a few moments, about maybe I would say 2 minutes, gaze at the sun. I don't care what time of the day it is. If you just start out, if it's 12 o'clock noon sun, you can look into it for about 2 seconds. All right, close your eyes for about 10 seconds. Do that 2 or 3 times. Then you graduate to longer times. All right, that's just common sense. You don't just strong arm into something and then think that it's going to work. It could work. I know a young lady was telling me that, she did that and she couldn't sleep because it's so much energy. And she felt jittery. The reason why you're going to feel jittery is because there's some type of poison or some type of bacteria that your body is that the sunlight has went into your system. The vitamin D from the sunlight has entered into the body, and now it's fighting off any type of ailments or any type of situation that you may have with the body. You should continue to do it so it can rid yourself of all uh, the toxic things that we have in our bodies. All right, so that's what the sunlight is for. When you put sunblock on, it's blocking the actual, the absorbing powers of the sun to the skin. You're gonna burn. Okay, the sun. If you stay out there too long, if you're in the sunlight, yeah, it's gonna burn you if you're out there too long. That's anything. If you drink too much water, you can die. I mean, people worried about sunlight and people eat too much. I mean, so I don't understand. And it's we're taught backwards. They say that the sunlight is gonna, if you stare to the sun, it's gonna blind you. I've been doing this again since 2011. My eyes is great. They're better. I'm much stronger. I'm putting on more muscle mass, and I know it's because of the sunlight. Uh, like I had a tooth that was bothering me. I'm not having any trouble with it at all. So I know it works. You understand? And the real weird thing about it is I'm going bald, but it seems like my hair is a little more full. All right. If you look at my videos from 2009, I look a little older. All right. Uh, Now I don't look as old. It, of course, it does the reverse for the body. We're closed up in a shelter all the time at a job or at some event. People don't like the sunlight. I heard a comment on YouTube. It said, I was in the sun and the sun makes me sick. Yes, because there's poisons in your system and it's trying to get it out. Just stay out there. If you have to upchuck or if you have to hurl or throw up or whatever, get it out of your system. Just drink some water afterwards. Get you a vitamin water. Where's my vitamin water? Okay, I got some water. Get you some vitamin water. Drink that. The best one for me is the Revive, the one that says Revive, is kind of purplish. The reason why it has those colors because it's vegetable uh, remains or juice. And I would recommend. I don't know vitamin people at all, but I'm just saying that's what I do. I'm not getting any type of contributions from them at all. All right, so I just want to put that information out. The sunlight is very great for the body. Get more of it. The more you can get, the better you're gonna feel. Uh, my speech is more fluent. More and more I see that, and a lot of times what I do is I do type a certain type of test on myself to see how strong my immune system is becoming. I would go out and exercise and then come into a cold environment and just sit there and see if my body can fight off, because that's the way. Because what happens is when you're outside and you're running around and you're exercising, if you overexert yourself, it can lower your immune system. So therefore, you are susceptible to a cold. But what happened is when I would do this test to make sure, and I've done this over and over, I would get I would sneeze about 3 or 4 times, get a little runny nose for about, and this is no joke, for about 30 minutes. I would sneeze again, runny nose, and it's gone. Hey, it works. Okay, the sunlight is very great for the body. Another thing, some people balk on ultraviolet lights, ultraviolet lights, or like a UV light or whatever. Some people deal with LED lights, LED. I don't deal with them all. I like the UV lights. Okay, the ultraviolet lights here, like this thing here I got here. This is what I deal with here. All right. Uh, if you feel that you are going to get sick or whatever, turn all your lights on. Get all UV lights in your house. All right. Make your room as bright as possible. Okay. The brighter, the better. The better you're gonna feel in the morning if you're feeling sick. Just take my word. I usually don't want to say take my word for it, but when it comes to this health thing, I believe that I'm on point. All right, because I've done this. I'm not invincible because I do sometimes feel groggy, and when that happens, I'll turn my light on in my rooms and sleep with them on. The next morning, I'm fine. I kid you not. Okay, so hey, you can't refute it. And see, they know it. That's why they keep chemtrailing all over the place. They chemtrail every other day. Come on, man. It's hard for me to explain it, but when it comes down to the so-called pineal gland itself, your intuition is going to grow, and your energy level is going to be magnificent. You're going to love you're going to love that feeling, that energy. The only thing that I really don't like about the so-called pineal gland and opening it and things of that nature is the fact that you can tell when someone is just a straight out adder, which is a poisonous snake. They're serpents. And when you're around people, you have to, when it comes to business, to make a paycheck, okay, you have to deal with certain people. But in the back of your head, they're nothing but serpents. That's the only downfall, because I used to be a person that my temper was like this, and so it's a challenge. So there you have it. I don't want this video to be too much longer, but the pineal gland, if you stare into the sun, gaze, that's what people call it. I call it beholding based on scripture, because that's the origin of it. Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 7. Let me read that. Truly, the light is sweet, and a pleasant thing it is for the eyes to behold the sun. It's a pleasant thing for the eyes to behold, to gaze upon. If you look up the word behold in the synonyms, it's going to link to the word gaze. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with looking directly in sunlight. You just don't supposed to worship the sunlight, because the reason why people start worshiping the sunlight, and in Hinduism, or they deal with or even I've seen pictures of Buddha. They put a dot here in the middle, a diamond, so-called, or a piece of like a glass type diamond crystal. And there now you have amplified that area, which makes sense, but it's the worship of the sun. So you don't supposed to follow the other nations and their customs. So they know that. A lot of people know. You see what I'm saying? When Superman, when he needed to gather his strength, they actually showed you how you're supposed to gaze. He looked at the sun, he did like this, and then he closed his eyes slowly. That's the way you gather energy for the body. They're putting it out in your face, but what they teach is, oh, you're gonna go to blind. Don't you look at that sun? You're gonna be blind in 10 years and all that. And oh, be quiet. You ain't gonna go blind nowhere. The only thing you're gonna do, this is what's gonna happen. If you do gaze, and you did it a little too long because you like the feeling, you're going to scorch your retina. All right, it heals itself, but when it heals, it's going to be stronger. So when you do it again, you'll be able to behold longer. So, and I just got a comment. Someone said that they did it and they felt like they were going to go blind. No, that's just your eyes adjusting to the light. Okay, you have to give yourself a chance to adjust. It's just like when you're doing push-ups. If you do push-ups, the first day you're going to be sore. That doesn't mean you're not getting stronger, and you may feel weaker the next day if you try to do some push-ups. It's just with your eyes. The eyes are a muscle. So what the light does, it keeps it constantly blood flow, because the more your eyes, the pupils dilate in and out, is keeping the eyes stronger. It's a muscle that controls that. So the more you look at it, like close your eyes, look at the light, you opening and closing your eyes to light, and the pupils are dilating off and on. It's a muscle, so it's going to get stronger, because it's going to recognize, okay, I've been here before. Your body is not stupid. You're not going to go blind. You may, of course, scorch a little bit of your vision for a while. You may feel that you see a dot maybe for about 24-hour, 48-hour period. But that's just actually, you're seeing that gland opening up. And don't believe these people, man. There was a story of a guy that was terminal for cancer. He was walking to his car, and he didn't know exactly what was going on, but ignorantly he gazed at the sun and put his hands on his hip, and then he closed his eyes. Man, the next day he went to the doctor and they didn't find anything wrong with him. Come on. Oh, that's just a false story. Nah. I know people right now that can vouch, that say that they had back issues. They start gazing at the sun or beholding it, and their back issues went away. I don't care what your problems are. If you have any ailment at all, I don't care what it is, eventually, if you continue to do that, it's going to go away. But you have to learn how not to just follow what the media has told. That's propaganda. They tell you you're putting suntan lotion to block the light from your body. So the sun, your body's supposed to absorb vitamin D. So you're blocking what's good for the body. People wondering why they're coming down with so many cancers, and the chemicals that they use in these so-called UV blockers is nothing but damage to the body. So you're going to put poison on you. You can't even pronounce some of the ingredients that's on these sunblocks. So come on, think about it. Really think about it. Most of the things that we're using, we use because we see people in white jackets on a commercial say, this is good for your teeth. This is good. And then 10 years, 4 years, maybe 2 years later, if you had this, it can cause your tooth to rot, or it's always a side effect. But years later, they'll wait till a number of people die, then they come out and tell you that there's a side effect. They already know that there's side effects to all this garbage. You don't need it. Get away from it. You don't need it. Straight sunlight. Drink plenty of water. Drink water before you go out there and do it. And just exercise and get rest. Your body's going to tell you to rest, though. When that sun go down and it's darkness fall, you're going to be tired because your body needs to process, and your mind is more open, so you're just going to process more. You're going to process more information. I had a real vivid vision at my job. I'm going up to the counter and like, hold up, I thought it was some food up here. You know, sometimes they put donuts down and things of that nature. I'm like, hold on, didn't y'all put some food up here? And my coworker looking at me like, man, this guy's crazy. I'm like, huh? She was looking at me like, what? No, there's no food up here. I've seen what happened before it happened. About 30 minutes later, there was other coworkers laying out food on the counter. I seen that process happen before it happened. So your intuition is going to be stronger. But see, what I do is I thank the Most High for the sunlight, open up my mind. You see, people don't understand the sunlight itself. Years ago, before there was sunblock and all that garbage, our people, the Hebrews, and we would look at certain things in how you think Isaiah wrote all the things that's happening in the earth today now? Daniel, John, the Revelator, when he was on the island of Patmos, he didn't have sunblock. Solomon himself telling you it is good for the eyes to behold, gaze upon the sun, but you just don't supposed to worship it. That's all. You don't. Okay, it's good to build muscle and eat broccoli and things of that nature, eating vegetables. You don't be like, thank the old string bean, I thank you for this ability. No, that's silly. It's silly to worship the angels that the Most High made without acknowledging the Creator himself. Ahaya Bahashem Yeshaya Yibawah. I thank you for the sun. It's that simple. It's that simple. Your comprehension is going to be better. You're going to move much faster. If you were throwing a baseball at 80 miles per hour, eventually, if you keep what I call grabbing sunlight, beholding the sun, you're going to be at 100 and something, 105 miles per hour. You're going to amaze yourself. Okay, I've done it. I've been on the basketball court, jumping in the air and dunking with two hands. Someone told me I need to tape it because they don't believe me, or video, or put a video up. Okay, I may do that. It's not the boast, but I will show you. Two hand, one hand, all that. It don't matter because your knees and all that, you heal faster. Of course, sometimes after I finish, my knees be aching and things of that nature, but afterwards, it don't take but a few minutes. Maybe I would say 8 hours. Just get a little bit of rest, drink some water, turn the light on for a while. Your body just, it mends right back up, like nothing wrong with it. Okay? I mean, it works. How you think people was living during Bible times, ancient times, 800 years, 700 years old, 500 years old? Come on now. 700 years, 969 years. Methuselah was 969 years old. There's a guy from Oblivion or something like that. He was 105 years old, 110. But he dealt with only dealing with nature and the earth, not a bunch of processed foods. He grew his own food. He did his own hunting and things that nature. That's what he was dealing with. Outside, he one person told me their grandmother lived 100, and Miss Gordon, she told me her grandmother lived. Her grandmother just passed. Grandma was 100, and she's gonna knock me in the head for forgetting, but I think her grandma was like 102, 103 years old, or something like that. 100 years old. She would put her clothes outside on the lines. Now think about it. You put your clothes outside on the line, it's getting all that vitamin D, and you putting it on, absorbing it. Think about it. She didn't use dryers and none of that. Okay, there you have it. Wow, 21 minutes. All right, let me end this here. I'll be making more videos. We're bringing in the Sabbath as we speak. Just about. What time is it? It's October the 4th, so-called Friday, which is the evening and the morning is the new day. Thank the Most High for the Sabbath that's approaching. Okay, this is my life, and I'll be doing this for the rest of it. Love you all. Shalom.